Today I'm going to be doing a full in-depth review with this fantastic, gorgeous Porsche Carrera GT. I'm going to talk about the powertrain, the performance specs, exterior and interior features, and then I'm going to decide if it's truly the best classic Porsche that money can buy. So let's get right into the video. The Carrera GT is powered by a mid-engine 5.7-liter naturally aspirated V10 engine, which puts out 605 horsepower and 435 pound-feet of torque. Plus, is paired with a 6-speed manual transmission only, and it was actually the first car to have a ceramic clutch. The car came with ceramic composite brakes, a limited slip differential, and a carbon fiber monocoque, plus a 205 mile/hour top speed and 0 to 60 in somewhere between 3 and 4 seconds, depending on who you asked. The exterior of this Carrera GT is finished in silver metallic paint with contrasting yellow brake calipers. It's a pretty common spec for the Carrera GT, but in my opinion, it does look pretty good. Up front, it came with standard bi-xenon headlamps and a large air intake with exposed carbon fiber. A very, very cool look for this car. It's overall just a great looking car, one of the best looking Porsches of all time in my opinion. Even with all those good looking 911s in the 80s and the 356 back when the company was just starting, I still think the Carrera GT is definitely in the top 10 best looking Porsches of all time. But moving on to the side of the car, you can see standard 19-inch center locking front rims with 20 inches in the rear, and also a very unique side profile where if you follow the lines on the car from the front of the hood around next to the side of the door and into the rear decklet area, it's very flat. It's almost like a straight line from the front of the car to the back, and it kind of differentiated it from the rest of the lineup. You know, back then with the Boxster and the Line 11 having those fantastic coupe and convertible curvy proportions, this car with the flat side proportions looked very, very different from them all, and definitely had a supercar feel to it. Also on the side, adding to that supercar feel, is a very large side air intake, and on top, of course, this is a convertible. You have two removable carbon fiber roof panels. And finally, in the back of the car, you have an enormous rear deck lid to cover the engine with grills inset in it to help improve engine cooling. Very similar to what we see on the 918 today. And finally, in the very rear of the car, you have an automatic rear spoiler and dual exhaust tips. But now let's talk about the interior. The interior of the Carrera GT is filled with a ton of nice, high-quality leather with a mix of carbon fiber and magnesium accents. The bucket seats, which don't have very good side bolsters, I would imagine, have a unique back made of a mix of carbon fiber and Kevlar for a very strong, stiff, yet lightweight seat design that was very, very cool. It also came with a 3-spoke steering wheel and a 5-dial analog gauge cluster, similar to the one in the 911 of the time, and a beechwood shift knob. Now, the beechwood shift knob could actually be swapped out for one with carbon fiber, but I think this might be the one time I suggest you don't go with the carbon fiber, because let's face it, there's enough of it in the car with the exposed carbon fiber chassis tub, but the beechwood just has something very special about it. Now, something the Carrera GT did not come with in the interior was air conditioning, because that was actually an optional feature you could decide not to have to make it a more lightweight, track-focused car if you preferred. Alright guys, so there you have my full in-depth review of this fantastic Porsche Carrera GT. I would definitely say, taking this car as a whole, as far as the exterior design goes, the fantastic powertrain, that it is truly the best Porsche that money can buy. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up, comment below, and go ahead and check out my channel, because I've got a ton of exotic supercar and hypercar reviews up. So subscribe, and thanks for watching.